Lo and behold, 'tis the other journal flip through, something very accurate for the state of the world. Mother, I seek violence. Also by Tomatia. Also acquired at a Comic-Con. Yeah, I got this because it gives me a lot of Salem vibes, who likes to scratch at furniture, and he also likes to seek the path of violence. So there is that. I've changed my mind. We're doing knitting first, but no, we're doing petting Job first, because look how cute he is. Hey baby boy, wanna show off some knitting with me? He doesn't know yet, he's considering it. But yeah, so before I get into the journaling, I will get out, well, there went Job. I will get out the knitting. Now I can sit more in frame because there's no cat. So I've got 3 projects going at the moment. 2 of them are nearly finished, so there is that. But the one that is not even close to being finished, because it's Gandalf's arm warmers. He does wear arm warmers in the movies, but you have to be really on the lookout for them. So yeah. This is it. This is how far I've gone on the teeny tiniest needles. These are Knit Pro Minis. These are from a denim series, I think. But yeah, I've got a set of like teeny tiny sock needles. And yeah, I found a picture of these arm warmers on the Weta website. And it's not that I don't want to spend money on stuff, but it's also that importing them would be super expensive, and I'm allergic to pretty much every yarn that isn't merino. It just makes me so itchy and gives me a rash and whatnot. So I'm not taking the risk with this unknown to me New Zealand brand and spending like nearly 200 euros with importing customs and whatnot, or maybe even more, because our import taxes are ridiculous on a pair of arm warmers that I might not be able to wear. So I'm knitting them myself out of Langyarn's Merino 120. So yeah, and they're easy enough to do. It was quite obvious how they were done from the pattern, and obviously they won't be screen accurate if I do it myself, but I don't mind. And then the sleeve shawl is also still ongoing, but I've just finished the last row of this orange sparkly yarn. This is Hobie Universe XL. I got a bunch of it for Christmas, and I no longer shop on Hobie because I am fed up with their bullshit, with their constant use of AI, their customer service faffing you about when there's like when you raise the issue that they keep on adding you to the mailing list without your consent, and you keep on getting emails no matter how many times you unsubscribe. So at this point I've literally said, like, look, I want you to delete all the information you've gathered on me per the GDPR, and I'm not buying there anymore. There are limits, and private equity is bad as is, but I've always, and I still do, understand why people buy on Hobie. Like, not everybody's fortunate enough to have enough money to buy from small independent shops or like ethical brands and whatnot, or has a local yarn shop, and the threshold for free shipping on Hobie is quite cheap. Quite low. So I totally understand, and absolutely no shade to people who do shop on Hobie, but I personally have had it with this kind of company. I also don't shop on Linda Hobby anymore because it was a whole faff where I placed an order and then a week later it still hadn't gone out, and I sent them an email and I said like, look guys, what's happening, blah blah blah, and basically no response, and I said like, look, I just want to cancel it, and they had still, because they only take the money out of your PayPal account after they've shipped it, but it was still pending, and it was quite a bit of a faff to get the pending cancelled. So yeah, very unreliable. It hadn't happened to me before, but from what I gather, they're another private equity brand. Not the brands they're selling, but they themselves seem to be a bit dodgy. So yeah, and my last project is sadly also Hobie yarn. It's very pretty, but again, won't be shopping on Hobie anymore. And also, a warning about tea time. Tea time is like their, I think, acrylic version of a roving yarn. But it is, other than very pretty, because I'm not gonna lie, it is very pretty, but it's also very poor quality. It fluffs. When I knit with it, I can literally see bits of fluff floating about. So I'm probably like inhaling a ton of microplastics, which is not great. It makes my eyes burn. It makes me sneeze and cough a lot. So, and yeah, I have another of these, this is the Linden button-up. I have another one, I will have a picture up on screen, out of a tea time, just like different ones, because that was 2 different ones and this is just one. And it does seem to wear alright because it's been washed a couple of times. And it's, I mean, it's soft, it's pleasant to wear. Obviously I don't wear it against my skin. I felt like it was squeaky when I knit with it the first time, but this one doesn't seem to have that issue. So it might just be the way that they're dyed. I don't know. This is from the Christmas range. I know, no Christmas before Halloween, but I really like this colorway and I wanted to knit a vest for my Rogue Trader. I'm now part of a Belgian Warhammer 40k cosplay group called the Hellhounds. Wow. That word got stuck in my throat. Hellhounds Belgicus 411. Yeah, I portray a Rogue Trader. I have a picture here from the one time I've already done it. And well, the advantage of having a lot of steampunk stuff is that you can raid your closet and add a purity seal and other stuff. And my Nerf Maverick looks a lot like the Orc blasters that the current minis have. And Rogue Traders have the habit of just like going off at all sorts of Xenos things. So that works. But we're doing a convention in December and I have my mindset of doing a Sanguinalia outfit because Sanguinius is my favorite Primark and Sanguinalia is like the 40k Christmas but in honor of Sanguinius, so I was not passing that one up. So I'm knitting the vest and I'm getting it done as soon as possible so I don't ever have to work with tea time ever again. But yeah, so I'm knitting the vest and everything else I own, so there's that. And for the next convention we're doing, I also own everything, so that look is sorted too. So, but yeah, the vest is being knit and that is also mostly done. All I need to do is continue the ribbing on the armholes. I need to finish one row and then cast off and then do the other one and then do the bottom band. And the bottom band I'm just gonna knit on there and I'm going to do afterthought buttonholes, which I discovered are very easy to do. So I'm just gonna do those from now on because it is, at least they'll be spaced evenly, which I have in the 3 vests I've knitted. I will have pictures up of the other 2 as well. I have never actually succeeded, but at least I've managed to get the size right because the first vest, the brown and green one, is way too big. But that's fine because it's going to my bestie, so it's going to a good home. And she'll love it, and she loves green, so it's gonna be perfect for her anyway. And the other ones, they're size 2 and they still could have been a bit smaller. So what I'm doing now is I'm knitting size 1, but on a larger needle, because I've discovered that knitting tea time on the actual needles in the pattern is a nightmare, because it's more of an Aran weight yarn, I'd say. It's between an Aran and a DK. But also, I feel like that is the actual size. It took me a while to figure it out, but I did it! Yay! So yeah, that's everything I'm currently working on. And let me know in the comments down below which one is your favorite project of mine that I'm currently doing. And yeah, on to the journal! But yeah, I did not do a spread. I just went straight into it. for Healthopia on November 1st of last year. Healthopia was like, they call it 4 days of horror. There was like a Halloween party on Halloween, and yeah, it was kind of chaotic apparently. I wasn't there. I was there on November 1st, and it was very small and very basic, but I had a lot of fun. I had such a good time hanging out with people, so that was great. And I wore a Sam Bound, and Valentine wore my Spirit Halloween Sam costume. So I think I wore it a couple of times, but more like around the house during the Halloween season rather than actual costume. But yeah, I lent it to Valentine, and yeah, so she wore that, and then Karen and Xavier's nephew was dressed up as Sam, so we had a picture all together, and it was good fun. It was amazing. I loved it. It was a very Sam trick-or-treat kind of day. And yeah, so I had my Loungefly trick-or-treat bag, Sam's lollipop, and I was wearing my trick-or-treat skirt from Vixen, and just an orange top I have, and one of my shawls that I knit, and it was fun. I really loved that con, even though it was so small and just so basic. I just had such a good time. And this was actually, there were actual Healthopia flyers, but for some reason I didn't have one. I had lost all of them, and I just got this out of the big program from Comic-Con like the weekend or 2 weekends beforehand, before this one. So I cut that bit out and used that, and it has the back of it, which was an Ewok, because they always have like this paper craft in their big programs. And so the Comic-Con Brussels one was an Ewok, but it's like kind of like an evil looking Ewok, so this fits perfectly for the horror con. And yeah, yeah, this was really fun. I think she's called Morgan, but I might be wrong. But she always brings her pet mice, and they're so cute. You will see a picture of one of her cute pet mice again in this journal later on. But yeah, we had a lot of fun, and like I said, we had a lot of fun. It was just fun, and I hope they do it again. Maybe a little bit better thought out, but I had a good time. It was amazing. I laughed so hard. So many funny stories, so many funny things. It was just a good con. I know a lot of people are like, what are you talking about? But I liked it. I loved it. It was a great day out, so no complaints from me. Yeah, and then this is when Bert and I went to see Masquerade, Makeup and Ensor at Momu. And I usually love the exhibits that the Antwerp Fashion Museum does. Momu is short for Mode Museum, Fashion Museum. I usually love them. But this one was a bit of a mixed bag. I liked some of the things they had on Expo. Some of them were like top-notch, AA+, but then they also had an AI thing, and the problem was that what they were doing, it was like kind of like a face-changing thing. The technology for that has been around since, what, 1991, 1992? So I'm just like, what the fuck, you know? So I found that, I still maintain it has no space in an expo, but yeah. At least the new one, which I've not made a spread. The spread is in my current journal, which is not this one because this is full. But yeah, at least that one had like digital art again. So I think enough people complained for them to realize it was not on. But yeah, so this was my November spread. November is always a weird month because it's like in between Halloween and Christmas, so Spookmas all the way. Although Spookmas all the way anyway. I mean, celebrate what you want, but Spookmas all the way. And it's just some cat pictures, mostly Joop, and a selfie Bert and I took together. Like one of our rare selfies at times that we actually remembered, and yeah, it's just some random pictures. And I got a coat from Voriach, like a really long, warm, woolen winter coat. I love that coat so much. Also, it's waterproof. brilliant, and it has a giant hood. I think you can remove the hood. I'm pretty sure you can, but it's not coming off. I like it. But yeah, they gave me a bag of herbal tea, and it was very delicious. Normally, I only like the Dille and Camille Autumn Blend, which is only for sale like 1 or 2 months a year if you're lucky. So I always stock up, and yeah, I drank one, and I gave the other one to my bestie who also liked it, and I asked the girl who runs Voriak's Instagram about where to get it, and she gave me the link, and then I lost it like an idiot, so I'm going to have to ask her again. And then I made this tiny sticker spread on the back, because why not? These are all stickers from Flying Tiger, but they're not fabric, but they kind of feel like fabric, so that's fun. And then I did a spread for Krampusnacht. Hell Krampus, because of course I had to. I forgot to mention this before, but if you see like a sticker or a bit of ephemera, whatever that I didn't mention in this video, feel free to leave me a comment and I'll get back to you and tell you where it's from. Because if I address every single item, we'll be here next week, which is not a good plan. I'm sure everybody will get bored of my video before, you know, that time happens. Blah. So yeah, I have this Krampus sweater that I got from fun.com several years ago, and I wear it every Christmas season. I know Krampusnacht is December 5th, but if I can wear this like 1 month and 5 days a year, that's a bit sad. It's also very warm, so I wear it throughout all November and December. And I am a Krampus outfit repeater. I did favorite a really cool Krampus sweater knitting pattern on Ravelry, and I will leave it in the description down below. But I kind of feel like if I have another Krampus sweater, then I will wear this one less, and I already don't wear it that much. So I'm gonna wear this in the ground, and then I will knit the other Krampus sweater. That seems like a good idea. And yeah, so I definitely want to knit that at some point because it looks flippin' amazing. So good. People are so creative. But yeah, this was my... Well, this is not a December spread. I was gonna say this is my December spread, but this was like literally dinner and a movie. We went to see War of the Rohirrim, and then we went to the local diner for burgers and milkshakes. Well, Bert had a milkshake, but then I was so full that I could not fit in another milkshake after my meal. So yeah, I actually really enjoyed War of the Rohirrim. We also got like these posters. I would say they're A3 format of Rohan, and I really like those. I got an extra one for Valentine because the girl was like, well, it's 2 of you, you can have one each. So that was great. Thank you, kind cinema girl. Much appreciated. And here is my December spread. This came with a Loop London order, and it's just crinkly paper. What is it called? Tissue paper? I'm not sure. It's not tissue paper, is it? Because tissue paper is what you have in actual tissues. But yeah, I digress. Correct me if I'm wrong. You know that really thin, crinkly paper you often get in orders. And it had all these beautiful winter plants on it. So I cut this bit out because it has a poinsettia, and then I glued on some pictures. There's Joop sitting by the Christmas tree, and here's a spider ornament I made, and web, I embroidered it and then customized like a random Halloween spider in a pack of 6. And my Sully stocking I found at Primark of all places. See, this is what I like to go to Primark for, because, you know, they have a lot of cool Monsters Inc. stuff that is really affordable. And here I was watching Prep and Landing, and this is my Spookmas tree. We frequently have several Christmas trees. We have one really nice one, and then we have like what I call the trash tree, which is like all random ornaments, and it's also full of like big, like they're like, this is my backyard, and I worry about doxing the neighbors, like that our house is attached to, their backyard is attached to ours, but you can see their house. So so they're like yay big. They're just a little bit smaller than this guy. So Oh my god. Well, I might have to insert this. I lost this. I will get to this in a second. But that was underneath the pumpkin, the one place I didn't look. But yeah, anyway, I made this tiny December spread. And yeah, then a few days later, right at the beginning of the new year, it snowed. And this is my backyard, which I'm not gonna show because, again, the neighbors. And I went to the cemetery. I live in between 2 cemeteries, which is amazing. And there's another one at like a 10-minute walk from my house. So much love. So much love. It's harder than it looks holding this in place. But yeah, I had a snowy outfit shot, and I am not a perfect human being. And whilst I will not give J.K. Rowling my money anymore, like I mentioned in my previous flip through video, which I will link down below, I love my damn Quidditch brooms, and I will use those damn brooms till they fall apart in my hands. They're actually really good quality, so I don't see that happening. If I find an affordable, equally cool broom, I will buy it, and I will always use that in photos. But I haven't yet. So whenever I want a broom in my picture, I will either use my Firebolt or Bert's Nimbus 2000. Because we have them and they were expensive, and we love them. And nobody's perfect, and neither are we. But I bought them ages ago. Ages and ages from before her essay. Because this is not the new Firebolt by Cine Replicas. This is the old one by Noble Collection. So yeah, I'm just putting it out there. She's not getting any money from me anymore, but she has in the past. Well, as in, I bought things and she got revenue. I obviously did not donate to her cause. I would literally rather die first. Seriously. I do not agree with her in the slightest. Not even remotely. So yeah, she's not getting any money off me, but the brooms are my weak spot. I'm not gonna lie about it. But yeah, I'm just gonna flip it like this because you can see the neighbor's house, well, the backside of her house, and it just seems so mean to have that in a picture where the entire internet can see it. I'm sure they didn't sign up for that. So, I don't even know these people. But still, I know my actual neighbors, obviously, but I don't know them. But still, I'm not going to do this to them. That's just mean. And yeah, this was, I think, is this January? Yeah, this is January. This is my January spread. And it's just random pictures. This is a double exposure pictures I took on my Instax Evo. I hadn't touched my Evo in ages, but I have rediscovered it. And it's so fun. I keep on forgetting just how amazing that camera is. It has so many fun settings. And I love that it's digital analog. This is a hybrid, so you can see your picture before you print it. So yeah, it's really fun. And then there's a double exposure picture of Kiwi and Bert. And this is an actual Instax print that I printed on the camera, because you can also use it to print pictures that you took with other cameras, and it's also like an Instax printer, so it's very versatile. But this was actually taken on the Evo, printed on the Evo. This was taken on the Evo and then just printed on my Canon Selfie, because I print pretty much all my pictures with my Canon Selfie printer. So yeah, there's that. It does different formats. And I have a corner clipper, which is here. It's this guy. It's a Kadomaru? Yeah, Kadomaru Pro. Yeah, I've seen other YouTubers use it as well, but that was completely by... It was more of a, hey, that was the same one kind of thing than anything else, because that was what they had on Pen Store when I got it. And yeah, this is the wrapper, the paper wrapper of my Too Faced Hot Buttered Rum mini palette. And I love this thing so much, but I used it all up. So I had kept it in its box and just always took it out when I used it. So I cut up the box and used this for my January flat lay, because I just really wanted to have a souvenir of it because I loved that so much. I had it for absolute years. I think it came out in 2017. So, or 2019. So, it was probably high time it was retired, but I had to anyway because it was gone. All gone. Le sad. That was such a good palette. I wish Too Faced would just really re-release it this year. This guy. This one. Exactly this one. That would be great. And so yeah, these are some pictures from the day. I think this flips up. Yeah, this flips up for like a stupid selfie. And well, I think it's cute, but we very rarely have serious pictures together. And then there's more art from the expo. And I love this statue. It's a skeleton. It's not fully a skeleton, but I'd like to have my outfit shots with it. This is just a portrait, but I have an actual outfit shot as well. I will have it up on screen. And yeah, we had lunch at Bangkok. And I think Bert had the baker's lunch, which is like soup and breads and whatnot. And I had pain perdu. We call it gewone brood, and the French call it lost bread. I'm not entirely sure it's called in English. It had apple and I think they were baked apples, but the blueberries were just blueberries, and it was really good. 100% recommend if you're in Lille, the Bangkok, the pain perdu. I would recommend it. I thought it was very delicious. And then this is an ongoing joke where Bert will pose with other bearded men in art. So there you go. And then this was my spread for our anniversary. And my Halloween spread. And yeah, just spooky stuff. And this was, I nearly said, and this was Comic Con Brussels, but it is not Comic Con Brussels. It's by the same group, but it is Brussels Manga. It used to be called JapanCon, so it's often still called JapanCon Brussels Manga because the names are used interchangeably, but the official name for it is Brussels Manga. And yeah, this is one of the mice. Look how cute it was. It was super interested in my rainbow bracelet in this one. Yeah, cute mouse as promised. They're so sweet and adorable. And yeah, there were some guys dressed up as samurai. This is Sven, my friend Sven, who organizes. My buddy Pablo, who has this amazing t-shirt that says Danger. Every time I see it, I have to think of that song. You know, the Electric Six song. Danger, danger, high voltage. Has nothing to do with each other, but it's just the way my brain works. And there's an outfit picture. And here's Melissa Yawara. She's so talented and she's so sweet. This is just the program. It's not exciting, but here are the foldy bits, the paper figures. This is the Black Ranger from... I know the actor is called Walter. Power Rangers, that's what I'm thinking of. I was a Bioman girl, okay? So, there you go. I'm not sure what that even is called in English, because I saw it in French when I was a kid. And that was before Power Rangers came on TV here, because I am a dinosaur. But yeah, so this was my February flat lay. And the last day of February was actually on a Friday, so I had Friday I'm in Love in Scrabble Tiles, like the Cure song. Seemed funny at the time. And yeah, so a Castlevania print of the poster, because I flippin' loved Nocturne Season 2. I really hope there's gonna be a Season 3. Let me know in the comments down below. Did you watch Castlevania Nocturne? Did you like it? Tell me all your opinions on it below, please. I flipping loved it. I'm so here for it. I love the original Castlevania as well. I love them both equally. I do. But I really love Olrox. He's such a good character. So I maybe love Nocturne just a teensy tiny bit more because of him, but also just... It's just so good, generally speaking. All the Castlevania. More Castlevania, please, Netflix. And yeah, this was my February spread. This was... Bert was going to take my picture for my Finish It February video. I own Finish It February, by the way. I will have the link to that below. But Bert was taking my picture and then Joop showed up. Because I have two sofas in my studio. I have like the one you see me sit in when I film. And then there's a swivel one next to it that used to be downstairs. But it's actually pretty poor quality, so I moved it upstairs for the cats, hoping that I can at least enjoy my sofa and they can just sit there and not try to shove me out of the sofa. It's a hit or miss situation, but at least it works half the time. And yeah, here was a kiwi with some beautiful rainbow yarn by my friend Nina of Nutedern. And this is gay AF. And then we had some beautiful crocuses in our garden. We also have purple ones, but this is a picture of yellows. And then, well, yeah, this is a blooper because Joop showed up and I was petting him and Bert took this picture and it was just funny. And there's Joop with Joop Salem. Oh, so glad you didn't notice this. This is Salem. Don't even look alike, with a bunch of fake flowers, but I really liked how it came out, and I wish Instax would still do this comics film because I love it a lot. But yeah, that was my very last pack of these frames, so it is now gone. And here I was just like I had taken the anniversary selfie with Bert, this one, and I was sitting on the ground looking through the pictures because I had taken several and they were all a bit blurry, but he had to go to work, so it was like that or nothing that day on our actual anniversary. And Joop showed up, and so I moved over to where the mirror was, and then we did this mirror selfie with my Evo, and look at him, he's like literally like staring in the screen like, am I in frame, am I in frame? He was so invested in that photo, it was so adorable. So obviously I had to include that picture because such good memories. It was so sweet. And then it's Marsh, and we went to, on the 17th, we went to the Rubenshaus, like mostly the garden because it's a beautiful garden. We also checked out the bit of the museum that's already renovated, and they have like a photo booth and your picture goes here. It's teeny tiny, but it's kind of funny anyway. I quite like it, so I put it in here. I printed it out and put it in here with my trusty selfie. And it was also Aircracken Day, also St. Patrick's Day, but also Aircracken Day. So I have this picture. I took one of my many Halloween mugs and Cthulhu, my tiny amigurumi squid, like my Aircracken. I got him, oh my god, so many years ago off Etsy, and the seller was called Dokool, if I'm not mistaken. Dokool. And yeah, I remember I also got like a blue one, the sonic blue one, for my friend Sam. But yeah, Sam was the one who came up with the name Cthulhu, so it stuck. But yeah, I've had him for ages, and I used to take him everywhere, but then he started to unravel and I repaired him, so it's fine, he's fine. But I was worried about him coming apart, so now he doesn't come places with me anymore, but I still have him. Let me get him. He lives on my Jules Verne books. I have many Jules Verne books because I kind of collect them, well, some titles, so and editions. But yeah, so this guy. And I do take him out on Aircracken Day in a pouch so it doesn't get damaged. So you can see I mended him here, and then I put like a patch on his tummy so he would be nice, and I've mended his legs a couple of times as well, and I see that he needs more mending, so I'm going to do this straight after this video because I have lace weight merino, and I'm just gonna mend him before his tentacles become entirely unraveled, and see if he needs more repairs than just this spot. I hope not, but yeah, I can fix him at least, but I will put him here. There, he can stay in the video. Also, so I don't forget to mend him. You can see I've mended him here as well, but then I did not have lace weight merino, so I used embroidery floss or just like regular thread. I don't remember. I might actually get embroidery floss to mend him in the right color, because where he sits he won't unravel further. Anyhow, so more Bert and men with beard pictures, and because this is in the Rubenshaus garden, which is a Baroque garden for the most part, because there's definitely modern garden, what are they called? Like archways and stuff in there, and modern lighting too probably, but it's all plants that were growing that time. I think it's a very nice garden, and it's a nice enough museum as it is. They're still restoring more of it, so it's not to the point where it used to be before it closed and then they reopened it already. But yeah, if you like beautiful museum gardens and you want an actual museum to go with it, I would advise going to Plantain Moretus in Antwerp, which is a Renaissance building, and like the museum is it's not fully accessible if you are disabled, but it's like as in fully accessible as in the entirety of it is open. Not like in Trubushuis. But if you just want a beautiful museum garden, I think they sell cheaper tickets where you can go just in the garden. But you'd have to Google it yourself because I may be mistaken. And then this is when we went blossom hunting, and there were lots of blossoms out. Our own cherry blossom tree was blooming as well. But that one's hard to photograph because I don't want to show my neighbors' houses in pictures, you know, along with the tree. So yeah, this was at our local cemetery, and they had like white cherry blossoms and just pink ones, and it was so nice. And also other flowers, of course. And this was in town. There's like this one huge tree, and it blossoms beautifully for like a week, 2 weeks. And yeah, it's just like fun pictures of Bert, you know, sort of in the blossoms, but he was just standing behind some branches. So I made a spread. And then this is all the cute lambs. Ah, I love them so much. We went twice, and we were lucky twice because all the other years when there were lambs at the local domain, like the Averichten, well, it's not super local. It's still a drive away, but every single time they were too far to get proper pictures. They were like yay big when I saw them, like these teeny tiny specks. And now twice in a row they were like nearly at the fence. Oh, it was amazing. They were so close by, and I took all these cute lamby pictures. And this was one picture that Bert took. I was like leaning my arm over the fence, and it was nearly at my hand, but then he realized that I had no food, obviously, because you're not supposed to feed them. So he was like, no, and he went away. And then the second time we went, we also saw froggos. I think they had just deposited their eggs, but there were lots of froggos, and that was like really fun. And I love froggos, and this is just a random outfit shot. And this is Bert by the waterside. If you've seen my Swamp Witch shawl video, you will recognize this picture, because that was the area where we filmed at and took pictures at. So yeah, and this was my March spread. Well, this is my March spread, and this is an Instax picture for the Valentine's season. I had bought a pack of heart frames, but of course I didn't use them up during February, so that's why they were still going strong end of March and in April. And this is why I wanted this, because this is the label that came on this beautiful paper, and this is by this is from the yarn I got from Ross of the Wee Yarn Company, and I wanted to stick this in as you know, because it's a nice label and it has a cute sheep. And also, you know, this is the crinkly paper that he wrapped it with, and I put some in because it's just so beautiful. And I'm just gonna stick it in. I've got my trusty glue roller, so I'm just gonna insert it now. And then I lost it, and I was just like, what on earth happened to this? But apparently it was just a me issue. And yeah, I bought a mini skein from Schaap en Draak. This is their card, because I thought it was funny with like the sheep, the multicolored sheep, and then the dragon tail. I'm going to reinforce this a little bit, because this is just gonna fall off otherwise. So yeah, I got a mini skein from them. Well, I got two, but I gave one to my bestie. It's in my destash video, I think. I will link both my breidagen and my destash video down below in any case. But yeah, so see, now it's where it belongs. And yeah, so I knit a tiny kerchief by Malia Mae Johnson. It's a free pattern. I knit that, and this is from when it was blocking, so I cut it out of a photo. And for me, it fits really. It makes like a really cute headband. It came out bigger than her pattern said, but basically the pattern, you can make it as big or as small as you want. So that's great. And you can also do it like on different needles. You can use whatever yarn you want. So it's super versatile. And that was the first time I knit twisted rib. And I liked how it came out. Because it's written, I think, in regular double rib. 2x2 rib and then twisted rib. And first I wanted to knit it in 2x2 rib, but I felt like the yarn didn't come out as nicely as it could have. It just didn't come to its right with the 2x2 rib, so I did it again in twisted rib, and then that looked really nice. And this was a picture of Kiwi wearing that shawl because she was super into trying it on. So yeah, I don't actually have a picture of me wearing it, but sadly it's Blue-Faced Leicester, and I find Blue-Faced Leicester quite itchy, so that is why I only wear it like in my hair, where it doesn't bother me as much as I would wear it around my neck as a tiny kerchief. So that is sad. I will have to knit another one out of a merino mini skein, I suppose. So yeah, that was that. And this is from when we went to Louvain. And this is quite the hefty page because this is a whole bit of... This is practically cardstock, but it's so nice. And I got it at Sakura Fountain Pen Gallery. I think it's one of those Midori note papers. I have a bunch of those and I use them for journaling. And yeah, so this is Delapatic. I only had my vlogging camera with me, so most of the pictures are quite far off. But yeah, still pictures, better than no pictures. And this is from when we went to have pizza for lunch. I forgot what the name of the pizza place was, but it was really good. And it was really warm and sunny, so super nice day out. And there was also a random marathon going on, very strange. And then these beautiful daffodils. They were in somebody's front garden as we walked by, but they were like double flowers or something. They were like really special daffodils. So gorgeous. I want to get some for our garden now. So yeah, really fun day. Really enjoyed ourselves. And this was just a bunch of April nature pictures and more sheep, like in another spot. But yeah, these are our apple blossoms from our 2 apple trees, and some wisteria and some forget-me-nots. And these are teeny tiny blossoms from our white berry tree. Well, I hope they're white berries. We got it from Beth's parents. It was an offshoot from one of theirs, and they were like, these are white berries. And I hope so, because I don't much like the red ones. But if it's a red berry tree, Beth will have to eat them. It's fine. And this was my halfway to Halloween spread from this year. Well, this is, I keep saying this was, but it is. This came on a envelope that my friend Chelsea's, because she sent me something, and this was on there. And I took it off very carefully and put it in here, and yeah, various things. And this sticker was given to me by my friend Valentine, so I cannot tell you who made it because it was a gift, but I love it so much. And this is Friends to Monster, and look, it has creature and a werewolf and Frankenstein's monster and a vampire and just a demon and another creature and a spider and a ghost, and it's just so amazing and I love it so much. Oh my god. And this was definitely from a washi sampler that my friend Marsh made me. And yeah, so I love it. I'm so here for it. And this was from an envelope so that somebody sent me, and I can't remember who sent it to me, which is shameful, really. But I took it apart and made a spread with it. And I did like a little spread of black cats. And here's Salem sitting on a box. But you can still see his eyes, because a lot of the time he's just a black blob. But now you can actually see his eyes, and he's like leering over the side, like, you better give me treats or else. And here's another cute Salem picture in my April spread, my actual April spread. My friend Katrine crocheted me a spider, and I sewed it on my battle jacket, so it's now a patch. And I love that spider. She was like, I'll make you the spider, you have to block it yourself. And I was like, that is fine. And I had zero problems with that because I really wanted the spider. And I was so happy she made me one. Speaking of happy, this is Joop literally hugging my scarf that I made out of 50% alpaca, 50% merino yarn, by wool, by Nina, by Notre Dame, and the colorway is called Bloody Mary. And I knit a shawl out of 2 skeins of it, and Joop loves that shawl. For me, it's a little bit prickly, but it's also not super big and long. So what I do is I just like drape it over my sweater so it doesn't touch my skin, and then I attach it with a belt. So I kind of wear it like a sweater vest, sort of a sweater vest. Obviously not really a sweater vest. It's actually... Can a sweater vest be like a sleeveless cardigan, you know, with actual functional buttons? Or is a sweater vest always like a knitted sleeveless sweater? If anybody has the answer, please leave it in the comments down below, because I clearly have no idea. But basically I kind of wear it like that. And it's nice and warm and cozy, so it's no loss. And thankfully it was also not fluffy alpaca, so I could actually knit with it, because I've discovered that if it's fluffy alpaca, I get massive allergic reactions. So yeah. And this was my Easterween spread. So lots of ping pong eggs I painted. They're literally like ping pong balls, but egg shaped. So ping pong eggs. And yeah, there's that. And here was because I was literally filling up the last couple of pages, because again the journal was nigh exploding. So I made like a little spread, like a very like happy springy spread. And this is another of those cat note papers that my friend Ness sent me. And printed Instax, but not on my Instax. Taken on my Instax, but not printed on my Instax. Picture of Joop, because it has double exposure, but it also has split frames, so you can take 2 pictures in one frame. It's super fun. And then these little quotes, they are from my Hobonichi. There's one on every double page, on every spread. So sometimes I just rip them out and use them for journaling. I did this here as well. Because also I figured that seeing Salem got a page to himself, I might as well give the other 2 a page as well. So this is Joop's and this is Kiwi's, and here she is in one of my capelets, all snug and happy being scritched. She loves attention. And yeah, this is Tiger Lily in DK Merino also by Notre Dame, also by Nina. I think this was the very first yarn I got from her. And yeah, it's just like a fun summer weenie spread. And yeah, this is, see you in the next one, and some washi stickers, and that's it. And yeah, I started this on the 1st of November and finished it on the 30th of October. And currently I am working in this guy. So this will be my next one, but it is not nearly full. So there's that. Before I go, I just want to quickly mention this for people who haven't realized yet. My friend Ian and I have started a Warhammer 40k podcast. It is, I am quite confident to say, the single most chaotic Warhammer 40k podcast online, potentially only rivaled by the amazing Astartes Anonymous. I think maybe a little bit more chaotic than we are, but it's gonna be close. We had a lot of fun recording our first episode, and I would really appreciate it if you could spare, if you like Warhammer 40k, but I mean, like, otherwise you'll probably be like, what the fuck are you guys doing? If you like Warhammer 40k, please check it out, if only for a little, so we can get it up in the algorithm, or just, you know, play it for 5 minutes and give us a like, because you like me and want to support my random shenanigans, even though it's not knitting or journaling. But I promise you, the majority content on this will still be knitting and journaling, and you know, my health doesn't always allow me to have a regular upload schedule, but I'm trying my best here. I promise I'm trying my best. Honest. Like an absolute doofus, I had forgotten to record an outro. It's been a while, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this video, this mix of WIP Wednesday knitting and a journal flip through. As soon as I stop talking, there will be cats enjoying the fishy as advertised way at the beginning of the video. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment down below. Do you journal? Do you knit? What project? Any kind of arts, any kind of project are you currently working on? I'd love to know. Or just leave a comment, commenting on the video. But if you do leave a comment, please be kind. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, like, all that good stuff that actually helps me stay in favor with the algorithm. I could really use it. Much appreciated. And yeah, that's it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!